Hello. And
Hello.
wow, guys, wow. I want to talk about video. I want to talk about video very quickly, but let's just introduce ourselves. Hey everyone, my name is Shawn. I'm a trainer with Microsoft, and of course, I'm joined by two of the greatest guys I work with.
Oh, hi guys. I'm Devar. I'm a market manager here at Singapore as well.
And hi, I'm Ernest, and me too. I'm also a market manager here in Singapore.
So I already see a few people are tuning in. I see a certain Mr. Shawn Roberts is watching us as well, and a few other people. Okay, but anyway, guys, as you can tell, I'm very excited. Not just because I work at Microsoft that I have to put on this excitement, but I am genuinely excited. And I don't know lah. Every time you watch all these Microsoft advertisements, it's like, do you guys agree?
Yeah. The last one I
Yeah,
had was
man.
the Xbox video, the one where you felt, wow, waiting for it. Then now it's the Surface one.
Well, you guys were watching last night as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why sleep when you
though.
can watch launches?
So for those of you who are joining us, right? Basically, we're here to share our reactions to some of the Surface devices. Not to some, actually to almost all the devices. Okay, we will be focusing on one device in particular, but we should be sharing about that a bit on later. And you know what? I don't want to talk too much, guys. I know I already asked this. How do you guys find the event last night?
Oh, are we going like this? Okay.
Anyone, whoever wants to say
No,
first.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is on everyone's mind. Everyone's been waiting for the longest time for something new to pop up, and especially Windows 11 coming out soon, right? Next month on the 5th. A lot of RPs, a lot of customers and stuff, they've been waiting. They kind of have this thought that the new devices will be launching soon because, I mean, Microsoft and Surface, they all come in the same house. What if Windows 10, Windows 11 get launched without a new device? So the event last night really brought everyone's spirit up, I think, to remind them that, that new devices coming out, especially for the RPs when they're thinking like, sales is so down right now. So new devices will probably lift them up. So yeah, very excited to see all those new things that's coming out soon.
Nice. How about you, Ernest?
For me, I feel the highlight of the whole show was the devices, but to me, my personal highlight was the Microsoft commitment to accessibility as well as environmental concerns that we have around the world, right? So we have this like special mouse like made of recycled ocean plastics. I found that damn cool, as well as the accessibility. Right, when the guy came on, we have a guy who's disabled, who's not saying he's not disabled. He's just has problems that has using devices like any of us, and Microsoft make accessories accessible to these people, to everybody. So it's really I think it's for everyone at Microsoft. It's not just for the able-bodied.
Yeah,
empowering everyone, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's if you I know we clearly work with Microsoft, right? But I feel like Microsoft is really one of the companies that really pushes this accessibility a lot, right? When it comes not just on the PC Windows side, but also on the gaming perspective. And I believe we will talk a bit about that. And Ernest, you mentioned the recyclable the mouse as well. Honestly, right, when I saw the mouse, I was quite excited for that mouse.
Yeah, it's quite cool, right?
I was like, oh, I need this
when they made
ocean
plastic,
recycle mouse. Yeah, ocean plastic.
What's that mean? Like they take the plastic that's from the ocean, then they use that to recycle, or what exactly does that mean?
So all the ocean waste, right? So when they collect the ocean waste, so part of it goes to being recycled, and then they actually use the mouse. Part of those recycled materials go back to creating that mouse. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Okay, but anyway, yes. So we're here to talk about some devices, and again, I just want to ask you guys which device really spoke to you, or you excited? Or was the most excited to see?
I mean, I think everyone would say the same thing because everyone was excited to see the Pro 8. Yes, till the laptop studio came out. So that was the highlight because it's always nice to see something completely new, especially with this one where they merged three different categories together actually. So that is something very exciting. I can't wait to see how it really works, how it really looks in real.
I think a lot of people probably share the same sentiments as you. Before I share my favorite, of course, I want to hear from Ernest as well. Ernest, which one was your favorite one? Other than the mouse, of course.
Actually, it was the Pro 8. You know why? Because I've been using the Pro X for the longest time. It works for me, but I'm finally excited to see the Pro 8 coming in that form factor, right? With the pen inside the keyboard, with the small bezel screen, and then dual USB-C. I mean, who needs USB-A nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people may not believe me, especially you guys. But honestly,
I know what you're gonna
device
say.
the device that I am sort of excited for actually is the Go 3. I'll share a bit more why. Why it's a pretty underrated device, I would say. But I will share a bit more about it. And honestly, I think another underrated device is the Pro 7 Plus, which we'll talk a bit later on as well. But Ernest, since you talk about Pro 8, right, let's just start off talking about some of the highlights of the Pro 8. You can share some of the things that you saw and you think people will like basically about the device. I think you already mentioned
Right.
2 USB-C, right?
Yeah, 2 USB-C, thinner bezels, and of course the pen inside the pocket, so you don't have to worry about your pen dropping off, right?
And
So-
I think not just 2 USB-C, but the fact that it's actually Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
Did I
finally,
take-
finally.
Did I take everyone by surprise? I think you did, right?
No, I mean there has been rumors lah, but you know how it's been rumored that we will have Thunderbolt for the longest time. Then it's always shut down. Somebody says, "Oh, it is not good." Blah, blah, blah. Then finally, officially, there's Thunderbolt. So now things can do much more. You can do a lot of things much more smoother, much more faster. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, and I think the conversation last time about Thunderbolt was the fact that there was some security issues, but now we bring it to the new device. I think it's partly because of Windows 11.
Windows 11, yeah,
the
yeah.
security features that come with Windows 11. And again, just some other key highlights, I think, like Ernest shared about the Pro 8, right? Other than thin bezels and stuff, but it also has this 120 hertz display, which is going to be, so it's going to be I won't say game changer, of course, but it's definitely a new experience for Surface users. Ernest, you're a gamer, right? You have definitely experienced like gaming on the TV or monitor 120 frames, right?
Yeah.
It does change the perspective, but the experience, I guess.
Yeah, it really does. Everything seems smoother. I mean, you don't really see the frame by frame, but when you look at my example will be when you watch DVD quality and watch VCD quality. So once you go to DVD quality, you cannot go back to VCD quality.
Exactly.
Right.
For the kids who are watching, in case you have no idea what VCD is, I suggest you Google and read on Wikipedia. But yeah, that's a very good point. And I think the thing about the Pro 8 as well, the 120 hertz is it's smoother, and people always think higher frame rate is like useful when you're gaming. But you know what? When you're just scrolling, you're just moving your windows around, you're just moving the mouse writing, it's gonna give that added experience that you may not get on a device that has a more traditional 60 frames or 60 hertz display. So I think that's something that is very exciting, and I believe a lot of people. I read a comment yesterday. I think you guys agree as well. I read a comment yesterday that people are saying that Pro 8 is the Pro series that they've been wanting for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people share these sentiments. So, in terms of us here in Singapore, yes, we have sort of shown you, or we are going to talk about some of these products, right? But just bear with us, or just a quick disclaimer is that not all the products are coming very, very soon. Okay, but I will share a bit more about these products later on and when we can expect them. So yeah, Pro 8. I don't know, to summarize again. Thinner bezels, Type-C, you have what else?
Larger screen now.
Larger screen, 13-inch display. It has 120 hertz refresh rate. It still has your iconic kickstand. Devar using Pro X as well, right?
SSD.
Yeah.
Removable SSD, exactly.
16 hours battery life.
Up to 16 hours. So Devar, are you going to replace it with your Pro X as well?
If a certain company is willing to...
No, but jokes aside, let's say you got Pro 8 now and the Pro X, will you still?
No, but if I have Pro 8 and Pro X now, right? Okay, like if I have to buy the Pro 8, I probably won't because I already have the Pro X, right? But if I do have an option for both, I'll be very happy to take the Pro 8 instead. Not that the Pro X is lousy or anything, it's just the Pro 8 probably does the same thing and more. And being Singaporean, even if we don't use it, we want the more
new one.
Yeah, we want the new one. Oh, this one can do. I don't video edit, but can video edit, right? Okay, I want.
I'm not just saying this for the sake of argument, but I still have a soft spot for Pro X, and I think now is the perfect segue to talk about Pro X. So Microsoft did announce, not really a new Pro X, but a new variant of the Pro X. So previously we talked about how the Pro X has LTE built in, but as much as we talk about how it's very good for the mobile, those going out about a lot, but the fact is some people feel that I don't need the LTE, so is there an option for me which is just the Wi-Fi variant, right? And then now we are sort of introducing that version for consumers who don't need LTE. And I'm going to pose myself that question, Deva. The question I pose to you now, I'm just going to answer on myself, right? So if I were to choose, honestly, like I say, I have a soft spot for Pro X, right? I really still love the Pro X and I'll stick to the Pro X. I find that, okay, I'm already using a Pro X, right? And with this new Wi-Fi variant, firstly, you're gonna get the same benefits of the SQ processor. And I personally really like the SQ processor because, I'm the kind of user very similar to you guys, I guess. I run a lot of those applications that a lot of them are ARM-based. Like your Edge browser, and even apps like Office, I find it runs really, really, really well. And the whole portable aspect, and I still find this a very compelling device to use. And yes, as much as people are going to shout and love the Pro 8, right, I still feel the Pro X is another viable option for users. And I know another thing, I keep saying I know lah, but I do understand some retail pros. They already asked me like, hey, Pro 8, got Pro X, and then we got Pro 7 Plus, right? They seem to be a very, similar Pro lineup. Firstly, we have the most diverse Pro lineup ever, right? And
one Pro for any type of person.
Exactly, and I like you mentioned that. I think this is where we can help the retail pros, right? So, yes, we talk about Pro 8, we just talk about Pro X as well, which is you're going to get very similar functionality as previous version, just that now with Wi-Fi only. And then we have the Pro 7 Plus. Let me just talk about that real quick, which is, I believe, something that has been around since start of the year. But a lot of customers have been asking like, hey, why don't this store sell this Pro 7 Plus now? I want the Pro 7 Plus because it has updated specifications. So we are finally bringing that to the masses for the consumer. But maybe you guys can help me in that sense. How do you think we can help retail pros differentiate which Pro is for them? Because we're definitely going to get it. Like what Devar mentioned. So Devar mentioned you got a Pro X, you got a Pro 8. They look the same. So, a lot of customers are going to the stores and probably going to highlight that thing. So how are we going to help? How are we going to help the retail pros?
I guess the best thing right now, right, with the Pro X Wi-Fi, right? So prices will be cheaper right now. So it's easier to kind of compare, because here we have to understand that our market here is all about price range, right? People don't really care a lot about what you can do if the price is too expensive. They want something where they can afford at the same time. So with Pro 8 and Pro X Wi-Fi coming in, so Wi-Fi will probably be cheaper pricing. And in that sense, we can differentiate more obviously. Like for those people who just want entertainment purposes, they want to use a device for a long term. They want something that has a mobile battery life that can last you, like what you say, like 2 weeks later, you switch on your laptop, you still got battery life and stuff, right? So those kind of people will use the Pro X, And it's probably going to be lighter as well, I guess, with the Pro X. I don't really know yet. I haven't really felt it, but I have a feeling the Pro X will be lighter than the Pro 8. Then the Pro 8 is for those people who probably need to do a bit more processing power. Of course, not so heavy duty. You still have i5, i7, yeah, but that's why you have the laptop studio, right, for the really creative, heavy duty.
Laptop studio? What product is the laptop studio?
That is another one. Then comes those people who work in the business line. They need corporation standard devices. Then I guess for them, they would get a Pro 7 Plus, which is not outdated because it was the first 11 gen, if I'm not wrong, right, that came in the Surface lineup. So the first 11 gen device that came in the Surface lineup, and it has everything a corporate user would need. Does it also run Pro?
So the thing is that Pro 7 Plus, the commercial version, ran Pro, but the one that we are introducing is the consumer version. So it's going to give you Windows 10 Home. So I think I agree with everything that Devar says, and that's how we're going to try to simplify, I guess. And I believe maybe Ernest, you can help me here as well. That Pro 7 Plus users, maybe people who are using Pro 5 before, that kind of user, I guess, also, right?
Yeah. So I think most companies, when they change their devices, you're right, they're using a Pro 4 or Pro 5. Same like us, right? We just change our devices to a laptop 4. And we were using a Pro 4 and a Pro 5. Right. So I think the cycle is about 3 to 4 years. And then Pro 7 Plus, I think, came out just at the right time where most, not say business, but most companies who want to get the newest 11 gen processor that will suit their needs further down the road for the next 3-4 years. Yeah. So I think it was filling a gap in the market in that time.
Yeah, I agree. Also because, when we launched laptop 4, right, it was 11 gen. And then people have been asking like, hey, why when we joined laptop 4 this time, the Pro series is like not part of the lineup, right? And then of course now we finally have the option. So, I think just to summarize everything been saying, right? Yes, we do have multiple Pro series devices coming up. Which one is for you? It again depends on, like what Devar mentioned just now. You say that, we literally, not we of course, but Microsoft always builds devices with people in mind. I think that's a really great thing about Microsoft, how they work. So, if you are a Pro 5 user, existing Pro 6 user, you still have all the accessories, you're already on, in a way, the ecosystem of that Pro series. And you're not really too bothered by the later. There's some people who, they feel like, I don't need to have the latest, the best one. I just want something that really works for me, and I'm already familiar with. I think that's where the Pro 7 Plus can really, benefit these kind of users. Pro X is a bit of a special device. I believe also it's more for people who really are living in the cloud. I think a very cloud mobile-based user who wants very good portable device, amazing standby time, and they're running the apps that, again, very heavy ARM-based apps maybe, or more casual, not too hardcore kind of applications. Pro X is for them. And then of course Pro 8 is just if you are looking for the best Pro experience. I'm not going to say money is not an issue for you, but if you just want the latest, greatest, there are a lot of Singaporeans like that, right? Singaporeans just like want the newest.
And they come to store. What's the newest device, huh?
Yeah.
This one.
yeah, that's true. Many a times, right? They will come. What's the latest device that you have?
It's
But
like
you
you
mean
don't
latest
care,
laptop or latest Pro? No, just latest. Whatever
and they're like,
which is the latest?
And they never heard of it before. They go to the store. What's the latest one? This one? Okay, I will buy. So yeah, jokes aside, right? Those are who we are definitely gonna target with. And just gonna take a pause real quick to just acknowledge some people in the chat. I see we have even Mr. Chris Smith, our wonderful friend all the way from the UK, who's watching us. He said greetings. Hello, Chris.
DJ.
We have yes, DJ Smithy is here. We have Steve Nolan as well. Okay, we have a few other people as well. So quite a number of people are tuning in. No pressure. Devar, you mentioned a particular product, or maybe I leave it to Ernest this time.
Wait.
Ernest,
Before we go there, something that we
yes.
forgot to mention to a lot of people. We spoke about Pro X a lot, right? But there was something that we haven't mentioned that has been bothering a lot of people for the longest time.
You read my mind, Devar. That's exactly where I was hoping you will go, Devar.
So finally, it's been the longest time, and yes, we know everyone's been hearing, Pro X cannot run 64-bit, this and that. Even if it comes out, it's not going to be a good device. But jokes on you guys now, because finally with Windows 11, once the update comes out, you have no issues. Your Pro X basically becomes a standard laptop. You can run all your applications, all your 64-bit applications. There's no border anymore. So it's basically like what we mentioned. It's meant for different people now. It doesn't mean that if you get a Pro X, you cannot run 64. No, if you buy a Pro X, that means you want more entertainment focused versus a more work style kind of focus. But yes, Pro X can do work as well. But yes, 64-bit in already.
There's also really the power of Windows 11 coming together with the Pro X to really eliminate this issue. Like you said, Devar, for the longest time, right, we've been communicating as, we love the Pro X, but yes, there is this limitation, but Windows 11 that sort of disappears, and I really cannot wait for people to just go in and see how wonderful the Pro X, how wonderful that device can actually be.
Can I just chime in here? So I think what people don't understand when we say limitation of Pro X is that it's limitation for the future, right? It's not because the hardware is old, right? So it's on the owners of the developers to make ARM64 programs to work with the Pro X. And I think Adobe has been doing that, right? So now Photoshop and Lightroom, it's already ARM64 support already. So the programs run smooth, run fast. At the same time, you get fantastic battery life. So what's not to love, man?
Yeah. And actually, I really like how you brought that topic in. And maybe we shouldn't even use the word limitation, right? It's just, again, designed for a particular group of people in mind. But anyway, Windows 11, I can't wait. What else? Laptop Studio. That took everyone by surprise, right?
Yeah, for sure. I like how panels came out in the start. You're like, there's something special for you guys at the end. Then boom, this came out. Yeah. Everyone's like, it's a book 4. And no, it's a laptop studio.
Devar, you mentioned just now a lot of RPs. I think Ernest get this a lot also. RPs always asking you, right? Even though a product just launched, book 3 just launched 2 months later. Hey, Devar, Ernest, when is book 4 coming up? Yes, this, but anyway, so hopefully we've answered that question for you. It's not called a book 4. Okay, it is now called a laptop studio. And maybe Devar, some key highlights you saw we can share with the retail pros about the laptop studio.
I think I wanted to say book 4 again. I think the laptop studio, for me, there's 2 things that took it away. Firstly is the design. Okay, I enjoyed the book tree, the ability to dislodge the device, right? But there are certain things I don't like about it is because sometimes when you put it back, right, it's still a software. It's still a software where it has to read that your head is back in. Sometimes when you're playing stuff or you're doing some editing, right, it doesn't register your graphic card. So it happens. It's not a flaw, it just happens because all softwares have, I mean, it's not perfect, right? They read differently. So with this, there is no reason for the device to ever not tell you that, oh, your graphic card is not plugged in or anything like that, because it's already there. You can't remove it. Plus, it does look a bit more lighter. I haven't seen the size and everything, but it does look lighter. And Book 3 was a heavy device. It was powerful, but because you have to dislodge them, right, you have to put two different components on both sides. So with this one, most of it is all in the base, and the top part is just your uh, your screen.
Let me just interrupt you real quick there, Devar. Speaking of lighter, I did see the specifications, and I believe it's between 1.6 to 1.7 kg. So it's definitely already slightly lighter than the previous Book 3, the 50-inch especially. So
For 4
good
pounds,
point
right,
that you
I
brought
think.
up.
So,
Yeah, so very good point you brought up there. And sorry, before you continue, Deva, there are a lot of comments here. Mr. Mavic, for example, said that 64-bit emulation is really a game changer for Pro X. I apologize, Mavic. I want to pin your message on the screen here. Unfortunately, right, I do not have the option to do so. It says here can't post comments to custom destination. Oh man. Okay, I wish everyone can see your comment, but I'll just highlight there for you. The fact that Mavic is highlighted again, it is a game changer, and I totally agree with him. Okay, and Deva, go back to you again. I apologize.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Or you
And
want to pass the baton to Ernest? I don't know. Up to
wait,
you. Where's
once
Ernest?
once I finish this last part, I'm very excited. Because okay, so back to the screen, right? Even though they changed the how the device looks like, it does exactly the same. You can still push out are they calling it a kickstand? What are they calling it?
No, they're not calling it a kickstand.
It's
It's a
just a
term.
hinge, right? It's just a hinge.
Zero
That's a
gravity
hinge.
hinge.
Zero gravity hinge, yeah.
It's
But
just
is it?
hinge.
like,
You
Oh,
just
that- that's-
oh yeah,
we need to
that's
check
a
on
hinge
that.
stand, so it's not really.
That was the
a stand.
studio. That was the studio
that's the
hinge.
studio.
It's a very good point. Let me go and check while you continue talking.
So it does the same thing. You can just pull out your hinge, and it comes into what's that mode called again? It's not studio
Studio
mode.
mode.
It's no
Stage mode.
stage mode.
Stage, right?
Yeah, stage mode. It becomes stage mode, and same thing with the Book 3. You could take it out, put it the other way, put it down, and then you have your tent mode kind of thing, right? So with this, you have your stage mode, and then you put it all the way down. You get your studio mode for drawing and stuff. And it's really interesting because when I saw the guy in the video, right, he was doing the drawing. Both hands were on it. So it reminds me of the studio because that was a cool thing about the studio. We always like to show that it can withstand your weight. Of course, you're not pushing everything down, but yes, it can withstand your weight. You don't have to feel like I have to be more gentle with it. It's a drawing block. So design wise, perfect. I love it. Of course, there'll be people who find flaws and stuff. I found the air duct a bit interesting, but I will grow into it. I'll grow into it.
I did find the name of the hinge. Okay, so the name of the hinge is dynamic woven hinge. Okay, because it's
Oh,
made
that's
of a
actually the name.
woven. Yeah, it's made of a woven fabric. There's a woven fabric
Right.
there that actually helps, and it actually bends 180 degrees and allows you to do that different modes that you talk about. And yeah, I'm very excited for this device. As much as I love the Book 3, I always felt that the Book 3 in terms of the performance was a bit slightly limited by its very unique design, but still a very powerful device. So it's really cool to see Microsoft like incorporating all the different design philosophies of very different products. And from one angle, you see, right, it looked like when it was in the stage mode, it looked like, hey, this looks like a Pro series with a kickstand, right? And then sometimes it looks like a studio, and then it didn't look from the top, it looks like a laptop, right? Wow, really good job to the designers, engineers also. And
I like
you know
how
what?
they
Today's
called it the most powerful surface this time. It was not the most
is.
powerful portable, it's the most powerful surface.
It is. And just to summarize, why is the most powerful? Oh, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a special guest in our feed, which I'm not going to add him in. Okay, but if you see on StreamYard, you do see a very special guest. You guys might be wondering what we're talking about. But anyway, never mind. Where was I before this guy interrupted me? Yes, there are so many amazing devices, but honestly, right, the key ones that we want to talk about is the Go 3. Very, very, very soon we're going to do so. I think there's some last few things. Ernest, do you have anything to add about the laptop studio?
Oh, we haven't talked about power owners. Come on.
Power, the graphics card, the GPU, 3050 Ti. I mean, granted, it will run your latest games in high, especially 120 hertz. But then again, is the device built for gaming? I don't think so. It's built for work and productivity in mind. So I think it's for architects, for creatives, for people who want a canvas which they can work in any way that they want to, right? Like I said, laptop mode, stage mode, or even in the studio.
Yeah, and I think yesterday we were talking about it, and then you were highlighting how gaming is not a priority. There's some people may like complain about 3050 Ti, but it's not a priority. But it's still definitely very capable for the people that you talk about. People are going to be coding a lot, doing design work. We already can do that on the Book 3, right? With its slightly outdated graphic card. Maybe outdated is not the right word, slightly older graphic card. So imagine finally we're having RTS graphic card here as well. And just to summarize, whatever both of you have been saying. So, it's a new form factor. You're going to get a 120 Hz display. We haven't talked about a pen yet, but I'm going to briefly talk about a pen. We introduced a new Surface Slim pen that has this, more pointed tip, but it's going to help with, your tilt, your shading, your drawing. And we are going to introduce like haptic feedback, right? Proper haptic feedback when you're drawing and writing on the book, not book, sorry. I need to get used to the new name. The laptop studio and on the Pro 8. So these devices with this 120 Hz display, and when you use the new pen, you're going to get that amazing haptic feedback. And I almost missed this, but I believe Panos or whoever was talking about it, he also mentioned that there's haptic feedback built into the touchpad on the
yeah. And it's the biggest touchpad.
Yeah,
it's the biggest touchpad we ever had.
So exciting.
But yeah, keyboard, right? The keyboard is mechanical as well.
Hey, one more thing. Sorry, I had to say 4 speakers. 4 omnisonic, quad omnisonic speakers. Yes, we can go on and on and on about this device. Okay, I know I've been talking a lot from just now. I just want to hear in the chat, what are your guys, or what are your guys? English get thrown out the window when you live stream.
Welcome to Singapore.
Which one is your favorite Surface device? Which one is your favorite basically? Okay, just share with us, what, based on yesterday's event, right? Which one you're looking forward to the most and stuff like that. And you know what? We can talk about this new device all we want, but I believe let's focus on, one of the first devices that we're going to get in Singapore. Not just first new device, but also one of the first, I believe, to have built or come preloaded with Windows 11, and that is of course the Surface Go 3. And before we talk about the Go 3, let me just very quickly show you the key highlight sizzle videos. Here we go. Have I mentioned that I really love Microsoft's recent videos?
Did you just say that at the start, or was that you just telling us just now? I can't remember.
I probably said it, but I'm probably gonna say it again. It's as you can tell, I'm a bit speechless, but there's so much hype to the devices. And I know at the start I said the device that I'm looking forward to the most is Go 3. I know a lot of people like, don't bluff, Shawn. You confirm. They will ask me, are you using Go 2? I'm not using Go 2. Okay, but there's nothing wrong with me saying that I'm looking for this device. And I'll tell you guys why. Okay. I feel like the Go 3 is really Microsoft showing users and customers that you can get something portable and lightweight yet running one of the best softwares in Windows, especially Windows 11. And I like the fact that Microsoft continues to push again, not just design, but the processor and stuff. Yes, the Go 3, just a very quick summary, it does look very similar to the Go 2. Is that a bad thing, guys?
No, man.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's honestly not a bad thing.
Why fix something that's not broken?
It's very cliche, right? But I think it's very, very true. And the Go has always been I would say a very popular. I think you guys agree with me. I say this. It is a popular device, especially with how we know how the world has been like over the past almost couple of years. And we get a lot of customers who trying to change the way they work. Parents especially who are looking for a device for their child. They're like, hey, they look at our Pro Series, as good as it is, it just doesn't fall under the price category that these parents are looking for.
Right.
And then the option for them normally is that they have to go and buy another operating system, like a certain fruit brand, for example, or a certain space team device. But I'm just so glad that Microsoft I'm so glad that Microsoft released this Go series device that, again, as I've been saying from just now, it's really portable. Okay, and Ernest, I just cannot remember on top of my head now, but it did introduce some new processor, right?
Yeah.
I'm so excited, I can't remember. What was it again?
The 10 gen, right? And also the new Pentium Gold.
Oh, yes. 10 Gen i3, right? So
Yeah.
the interesting fact is that we introduced Pentium Go. I know that it's a running joke, especially in Singapore. I think all over the world. But you remember last time, like you were a bit slow, you cannot answer. Then your friends, what your friend will tell you?
Hey, you Pentium 1,
Pentium 1
yeah, hey, you running Pentium, and then so that name has been like synonymous with being something slow, but. I can admit myself when I first joined Microsoft not too long ago, right? When I found out that there's this device called the Go, Pentium Go, I was like, huh? Still got Pentium
Still got
Go.
Pentium,
Yeah, then Ernest was the one who told me like, oh no, this is a new version. And then I slowly used, and then I understood. Yeah. Anyway, yes, it is Pentium, okay, but it's an entirely different Pentium from what it was last time. Okay. And it's still a very capable device. Like I mentioned, there are some key demographic of people like students, for example, they need a device to use for school. They don't need like all the power performance. They don't need to multitask so much. They just need to go access work, not work, school content online, run some applications as well. And the Pentium Go is definitely very capable. And the new Pentium Go on the Go 3 is slightly updated. Okay, but like what Ernest mentioned, the thing is that we give choice, right, to consumers. So even with the Go 2, if you find that I just need that a bit extra, so happen to have LTE as well. This is where I have the M3 8 Gen M3 processor, which was I can't remember the number, but it was like 64% faster. They said than the previous version of the Go, and then now we have replaced M3 with an i3 variant, so almost mainstream laptop processor. I think it's gonna be an even more compelling device for users.
For sure.
And I think the other great thing is that not only have we launched new device refresh specs, but the price point has been reduced, right?
Yes.
Man.
And I think now it starts just below $600. So what is there not to like about this device, right? And I think for the sake of for our audience, our retail pros who are watching now or potentially even watching in the future, so the Go 3 is a device that will be coming very soon. In fact, pre-order starts today. So pre-orders, today you can go online, you can go to the stores, your retail stores, wherever, and you can do the pre-orders there. Launch date, I really like this. Launch date is 5th October. The number very familiar, right?
Windows
Very,
11 launch day.
Exactly. If it's like the first device to come preloaded with a Windows 11 is a Go 3, and people laugh. I know, I should say this, people laugh at the Go. They're like, oh, look at this tiny, cute device. They thought that it's just a portable tablet, and then look at it now. It's literally the first device to run Windows 11, a full-fledged desktop operating system. And again, to summarize, you are going to get very similar hardware as before. You got your USB-C. Help me out here, guys, if I forget. USB-C, audio jack, micro SD card. It's a 2-in-1. We always forget how it's. I would say we always forget, but it's something that we are so used to. But the fact that Go is a 2-in-1, it's a really portable device that allows you to work how you want. I believe people who are watching it definitely have seen this device many times. What else? I know what you're doing. Weight-wise, Devar knows me so well. Okay, in terms of the weight, okay, really add to the portability. It's Devar, how much? Yeah, how many milliliters is that bottle?
This is 500 milliliters.
500 milliliters. 500
I don't have any
milliliters.
issues carrying this.
500 milliliters is 500 grams, right? A kid can carry that bottle, am I right?
For sure.
The surface Go 3 slightly heavier at just 544 grams. Okay, I think we in Singapore we should trademark this now. If you can carry a Poca bottle or Coke bottle, okay, you can definitely carry a Surface Go 3. We should trademark that now.
They should do that, like those banner on top of next to Vivo when you're riding all the industrial park. You see the giant banners. They should show a kid holding a drink, then another kid holding the Go 3. Yeah, then they look at each other.
we should tell marketing. We should tell marketing about this. Okay, but anyway, yes, it's very lightweight. It has the same 10.5-inch Pixel Sense display. We
Right.
have talked a lot about Pixel Sense, but Pixel Sense, I don't want. I would say I don't want to go back. But after I use a non-Pixel Sense display, it's very difficult for me to go back to something else that is not, because you get a very nice ratio. You got a touchscreen, and you saw the video just now. You showed a pen. You still got all the pen support. What else, guys? Did I miss anything? Studio microphones. 1080p cameras,
LTE,
option
kickstand.
for LTE as well. So you know what? We talk a lot about specs, lah. Let's help the audience here. Who do you think? Maybe you guys can share, lah. Go to, maybe start with Ernest first. Go 3. Who should the Go 3 really be targeted for? Who should be looking at it over some of the other competitors we have?
So I think since the first iteration of the Go, I always think that it's the device for parents with kids or people who want a second device. Right? So let's say you have a laptop, but then you don't want to bring that out when you go out. You have a Go. Like you said, instead of taking a bottle of water, take a Go with you. Right? Granted, you cannot drink it, right? But you can do your work on it. Right? Or parents with kids, let's say you travel, right? Now we can't travel, right? But previously when we travel, we let our kids like watch Netflix, play Roblox, right? On the Go. When we reach our destination, I need an important email I need to answer. I just need to change my account, and there I can just access my files using OneDrive through the cloud, send back my emails, edit any PowerPoint files, Word files, Excel files. So this device, there's really no age. It's really for everyone also, right? But I feel it's a shared device. So it's a device that you share with, like, say, kids and parents.
Yeah, and I really like that part. Just to add as well, I really like the idea of a shared device, because see, some people, they have multiple devices, right? For work, they have one device. For entertainment, they probably bought another tablet. But we are not here to tell you that this device is the best tablet out there. But it is really, if you really think about it, right, it does give you the best of both worlds. You want productivity, you don't need to worry, because it's a Windows-based device. Like Ernest mentioned, parents suddenly need to check emails, need to do a bit of work. This device can do that for you, because why? It's still Windows. Okay, but because of this portability, you still got your apps, you still got your entertainment features. I think I saw yesterday, I think they were showing like Disney Plus. A lot of Disney Plus was shown, so you want to stream Disney Plus, you even want to play, like Ernest said, Roblox or even Minecraft. So even Game Pass, for example, if you load it inside, you can actually load Minecraft in and you can play Minecraft as well. So it's really the best of both worlds. And I feel like Microsoft continues, and it's what we also have been pushing to our retail pros, right? To really show them that, yes, this looks like a tablet. There are many other tablets out there that running on mobile-based OSs. But this is slightly different, because why? It is, Windows-based, so you get best of both worlds. And how about you, Devar?
Wait, before we come to my options, right? What you were mentioning just now about portability, right? It just popped in my mind this question. When's the last time you saw someone taking out their laptop in the train and watching a video?
When was the last time?
Firstly,
I haven't taken the train in a very long time. Okay, but I very seldom. I did see one or two. Okay, I swear. Okay, I know people don't believe me. I also saw a guy using an Alienware laptop on the bus to watch show. To watch the show. Alienware laptop. I don't know.
It's so weird, right? Looking at it.
It is, but yeah. Just to answer your question.
Why I brought it out, right? Because these people, they want to watch. They are bored. They have an entertainment device in their bag, a giant Alienware device. But then taking it out, putting it there is so much of a hassle. But if you had a Go 3, you just take it out, you watch your videos. It's your working laptop. It's your actual working laptop. But at the same time, it doesn't bother anyone. You just hold it there, watching a video. Nobody looks at you and thinks that it's very weird, no? Because it's a tablet. Everyone uses tablet out there. So that thing just popped into my mind, where the Go 3 really does the whole integration between your work and work-life balance, especially when you're on the go. Because people don't really see about all these small things. So having a comparison when you're taking out a giant laptop and using it on your laptop on your lap, versus just taking out the tablet mode of the Go 3, you seamlessly integrate from one end of the spectrum to the other. So that's cool. Okay, so back to your question, who I think these devices are for. So like I mentioned, I was leaning towards the bring around, right? So I think this device is for people who are probably like frontline workers or starting professionals. So what I mean by frontline workers, right, is those people who are always on the go, who needs to show the devices. So these can be like insurance agents, can be like architects and stuff like that. Those people who are up there, you don't want to carry, like, I mean, imagine those people doing all those construction stuff, and you need to show your guys something. You don't want to bring a whole device up there to run a system. So you just bring your Go. You can do your work on it. Everything is fine. You have a touchpad. You want to take off your you want to take off your type cover and just show your guys, here you go, this is what I want you guys to do, and I'm done. Then I can go back to my table and do my work. Or for starting professionals, for those people who don't want a very expensive device, because right now we have to agree on the age where your device does matter. You enter into the industry and people will look at you and judge you. So at the same time, you don't want to get something so pricey because it's your first day at work. But at the same time, you don't want something where you want the design. You don't want people to judge you, but you want people to look at you where it's kind of cool.
Oh, I didn't want to say something as well, but you say it's not just about you don't want to buy expensive device. Do you remember when you just came out of school?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have money?
What's that?
you say you want to look professional, you still need to get a job done, but you just may not. I'm not saying people are poor, but money is tight. You need to focus on a lot of other things, right? And the goal is like whatever you say, a professional device and stuff. I really
because
like you
a premium look always comes with a premium price, but not with the Go. It's a premium look that comes with a very affordable price. So that's something people can look for. The issue is that whenever they look at Go, right, they think of it straight away as a lousy device, but it's just a device not for you. But if you're looking for something like you're new, you don't want to spend so much, but you want something that feels very premium, that works premium as well, then that's where you go for the Go 3. It's so nice, cute, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people like it because it's cute, like it's so small. And plus, you bring the work, the first thing you take out from your small bag, right? You take out a laptop, you put that, people is going to look at you like, whoa, this guy is cool. It's a cool ass device.
And just to add, me I like to tambah, but just to add to that messaging that both of you have said, right? So I know on Ernest was talking about some people who need a second device, for example, like related to what you mentioned, Devar, as well. Like I know I mentioned the Alienware guy. So imagine if you do have an Alienware laptop, but your career wise also you are outdoors, you're an engineer, you're a foreman, for example, frontline stuff. You're not gonna carry the Alienware around, right?
Unless you have a massive back.
Yeah, or unless you're super strong and you have good back strength. But anyway, the thing is that some of these people, interestingly enough, they just want to be able to access their content, but not on that powerful device, something more lightweight. And we can even add in the messaging of having the cloud storage or OneDrive, because we do offer GoTo with an LTE variant, right? So even out about, you want to access your files also on OneDrive, the Go is a really great device. And again, one more thing Ernest mentioned about family. I think he mentioned something about a family device, right? And how you can take it around. And I do get some people who tell me, but we don't travel so much now, what's the point? But it also occurred to me, right? You guys remember last time, a lot of household, I don't know where you guys have also, but families used to have a shared desktop. Do you guys used to have that? A desktop that you share, in the living room. Your parents put there so that they know what you're doing. You're not doing what you're not supposed to, right? That shared desktop. So the idea of a shared desktop, if you talk to Gen Zs now, I bet they are like, desktop nowadays is very specialized. Like most of the time, gamers are. But you don't get that shared desktop experience anymore. But I feel that the Go is a really good shared family experience. And we talk about the portability, right? We forget to mention sometimes it's not just about being lightweight, easy to carry around when you're outside, but also easy to carry around when you're inside, right? You don't want your child to be carrying around your work. Let's say you have a larger work laptop. Kids they're very.
Hey man, look at this.
Yeah, they just hold. They got butterfingers. Not just that. They just put like on the table where it's dirty and then the base all dirty. That kind of thing. But the Go is you don't have to worry too much. It's very lightweight. Okay, and because of the way the kickstand is designed, right, you can put on almost any surface without having to worry in terms of whether it's dirty or not. But not intended, but almost on any surface. And all these reasons are why I feel the Go 3 is really one of my favorite devices and underrated because of all these things. People don't seem to realize that this is how a Go can really benefit you. Because if you really take a step back, think about it, with all the operating system features, the hardware features, this is a really good device for many purposes. And yeah, as much as we say, it's for students, it's for this, the important thing is we try to, as when we sell the device or we communicate the device to consumers, we always try to find out, how they use the device, and then we share, of course, the demo. We demo to them based on the needs and solutions that they are looking for.
And that's
So
what we
just
do. We give
just-
solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
also just to add on to your point, Go 3 comes with Windows 11 in S mode.
Mm.
So what does
Yes.
this mean? They use my favorite browser, which is Edge.
I know it sounds like you're joking when you say it's your favorite,
I'm
but
not.
I
I'm not.
I
It's
entirely
the
believe
best.
you. I know you. Edge is your favorite. Edge is
No,
my
I-
favorite now as well.
Yeah, exactly. I changed everything to Edge. I don't use Edge. I don't use Chrome. What's
anymore.
that? I don't use that anymore.
Yeah,
I
there are
need
memory
Edge.
leaks in Chrome. Yeah.
I don't have Chrome in my current device. I swear.
Same. You
I
know,
don't
that day I
have-
was trying to find for Chrome because something. I was trying to open two different browsers to see for our TTT that period of time, right? So I opened Edge and I was like, "Where's my Chrome?" And I was like, "Oh, I never installed Chrome on this device."
Yeah. So anyway, Ernest, sorry, back to you.
Yeah, so I think I got this from the Thai stream just now. Edge, there's a Edge for kids. You guys know about that?
Is it?
Oh no! Tell us
Yeah,
more.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was watching golf, and they're telling us about Edge for kids. So you can set up permissions for the page, like for Edge, to only allow content, let's say for like 10 to 12 or up to 14 to 16 years old or below 16 years old. So you can control the content that they browse right from the browser.
Mhm.
Right. So that is, I think, a compliment to one more thing, which is the family safety app, which I think Shawn really likes.
I like talking about it. I like talking about it. So family safety, Ernest mentioned. If you have no idea what family safety is, it's a really wonderful, I won't say tool, but a really wonderful sort of solution that Microsoft provides as part of the 365 ecosystem as well. That you as a parent, let's say you buy a device like the Go 3 for your child, you want to have some parental controls, even possibly you want to know the whereabouts of your kids. You actually can do that with family safety as well, and I would highly encourage people to check it out. You can just go on the browser and just literally search family safety. As long as you have a Microsoft account, right, you can actually start using as well. And I think we're almost at the end. Yes, we talk about a lot of devices, but just to refresh again in that sense, we did announce, or Microsoft did announce a lot. Yes, there is a lot of excitement about some of the devices. For now, of course, we want to focus on the priority, which is Surface Go 3, which is, again, pre-orders today. Okay, launch is on the 5th. It will be the first device with Windows 11. And, we've already shared all the wonderful things that you get out of a device that, despite it looking portable, looking lightweight, right, it is a very compelling hardware. And, of course, you can pair with a Surface, tag cover. You can pair a tag cover. You can pair it with the Surface Pen. Even hopefully soon, the Ocean Plastic mouse, which I definitely want to buy once it's available as well. And if you want to know more about other devices, so currently for now, tentatively, if you go to the Surface website, it does say early 2022. So I know, again, I keep saying I know, okay, because I've heard from the RPs. I think both of you also agree with me. Some RPs already like, wow, 2022, so long. And then my devices currently now how lousy, people won't sell. But that's not the case, right? Let's take a look at the Pro 7. Now the Pro 7, as much as we talk about, yes, there's more Pro devices coming up. It's still one of the best 2-in-1s that you can get today. Right, it's going to give you the benefits of, again, being a 2-in-1, that flexibility. So if you meet a customer who doesn't need the latest and greatest, they need a device now, for example, you can still continue selling something like the Pro 7 as well. Even Laptop 4 is personally one of my favorite devices. I know I say this a lot.
Best right now.
I have a lot of personal devices, but yes, you do have the Laptop 4. And the last product is, of course, the Book 3. So, yes, we have Laptop Studio and entirely
Limited edition already now, guys. Limited edition already.
It's if you think about it, right, it's not just limited edition. If you are a power user, but you just feel like, hey, I love the 2-in-1, I love the detachable. It is like a 2-in-1, right? The Book 3 is still very unique, and it's possibly the last of its kind. Possibly, right? It still has that flexibility. In fact, I am using a Book 3 once in a while. I do play a bit of Age of Empires on it. Still very capable, still can do editing. It's still very modern. But yeah, if you really love that detachable aspect of it, Book 3 is still a very compelling device to go for. And we've said this a lot. I'm just going to flash this on the screen. We've said this a lot. But with all the devices coming very soon, we have again the we do have the perfect family of devices across all. We have a device literally for almost every user. If you notice, sorry, to go back, if you notice, right, the Book 3 is still there. Can you guys see the picture? It's still there because why? It's still a device. It's still in its own class. Exactly. It's still relevant. It's still very unique. It's not going away anytime soon. And just before we go off, guys, you know me, I like to emphasize ExpertZone, right? So ExpertZone, we've been communicating a lot. We have giveaways. We have what we call the season pass. Let me just share my screen very, very, very quickly.
And what is this season pass? A lot of people have been asking as well. So I guess it's the best part for you to explain.
Yeah. Let me just share my screen. While I'm sharing my screen, maybe you guys can have some final thoughts as well, or whatever we shared today.
You go first, Devar.
Bring down the final thoughts. No. But like what Shawn mentioned, right? This is not all just a hype. It's really coming soon. Especially when I know you guys have been hearing, all the RPs are going to have this problem where you're going to feel that we have announced these new devices. How are we going to sell the old devices? Of course, with new devices launch, there will always be old devices that we have discounts and stuff. Always push the discounts, and also remember that just because it's new doesn't mean people need it. It doesn't mean that if it's old, people don't need it. The sales, the category is still there. You can still sell to people who need it. All you need to do is just discover them, discover what their needs are, and sell the story to them. If you do that right, whatever device that comes into mind will definitely sell. So don't think like just because the device has been announced, people are going to wait. No, people have lives to do. They have work to go to. They're not going to wait for a new device till next year and say, nope, I'm not going to work this year. I still need a device. So what's the closest to the best version of a device that I can have? That's where you guys come in. That's where the RPs come in and give them the best possible option.
Recommendations, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me. If Ernest, if you have anything to add?
Oh, I just want to talk about the Go 3. I just want to say that it's exactly the same as the Go 2. It's what we know, what we love, but now everything inside is better but cheaper. So
yeah,
I think it's
everything he said. I didn't hear. I heard cheaper. Then
it's clearly
not only cheaper. He said better but cheaper. Oh, seriously, isn't that the best combination? Better but cheaper. Like wow, seriously. And sorry, just to look at the chat real quick, I see, Mavic as always. Mavic is so supportive. He said, I think he really loved the Go 3 as well. He says that he really loves, I believe he says he loves the videos as well. And Cheryl has a laughing emoji. I have no idea what Cheryl is laughing at, but yeah, we can ignore Cheryl at the moment. Anyway, just to share, we're all 4 o'clock, almost at air, we exceeded a bit. But yeah, there's a few things to share. Oh no, not my face too big. Yes, ExpertZone guys, don't forget, head over to ExpertZone, right? We do have this thing called Season Pass. If you go on ExpertZone, you complete some of these modules and stories. Honestly, guys, it's very, very simple. I went to do, right? Sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I realized I'm clicking on the wrong, okay, never mind. Anyway, I went in to do myself. It took me like what? 5 minutes, right? Just to go through and just activate it. There are 2 stories, and then it takes you immediately to complete tier 1. And if you complete every tier, okay, all instructions are here. You will see that there's many tiers for you, for example, right? And of course, in Singapore, the first 15 to complete every tier, reach the highest tier, you actually get additional rewards from Microsoft as well.
Can I also participate?
You can do, but you don't get the rewards. Okay? Yes, I understand, without the rewards. And of course, yes, ExpertZone. Please go to ExpertZone. If you need assistance or you just not sure about something, you can always ask any one of us. And not just that, locally, we are also having our own sort of giveaway, that is leading up to our Christmas season. I'm not too sure whether you guys know. This may be a surprise to both of you as well. Do you know that we are potentially... No. So maybe better. I don't know. Yeah, I would say better, but do you guys know that we are most likely giving away an Xbox Series X in December?
That is what those
Damn.
Xbox are for.
Yes.
Oh.
So I've already shared this to the chat, but over the next few weeks, we're going to continue sharing some more. Basically, we're going to have our own local ExpertZone competition mechanics. Okay, it is in phases. Phase 1, very easy. Just go inside, complete all accreditations, and we're going to give you sure win vouchers. Okay, sure win Giftano vouchers. It's free. Okay, you complete phase 1, we have phase 2. Phase 2 is focusing a bit more on being an active member, continue to do stories, continue to do all your content here, and again we give you rewards. If you don't find the rewards good enough, okay, phase 3, you can only go to phase 3 if you have committed phase 1 and phase 2. And phase 3, to tie in around one of our favorite first-person shooters out there, Halo, we are going to give away a Xbox Series X. So stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned because we'll be sharing more information. But if you want to be in the running early on, just go do as much stories and content on ExpertZone as you can, guys. Seriously, just go toilet break. Just instead of playing Mobile Legends, take a bit of time and learn a bit, and then do ExpertZone. And with that, guys, wow. Can't believe we have spoken for an hour. Very exciting time. Okay, of course, if you like streams like this, I believe we're going to stream a lot more over the next few months. Of course, we are going to stream with the launch of Windows 11. So that's the next big thing, October 5th. Stay tuned. We're going to have another live stream around that. We are also going to be streaming a lot of Xbox content leading up to Halo Infinite launch. I don't know about you guys, but I have been trying to complete Halo. All the Halo up to Halo 5. So
Binge playing.
I may be streaming some of them so you guys can see how lousy I am as well. Well, guys, such an amazing. I don't know, Ernest. I think you have been with Microsoft the longest compared to all of us. But is this like the first ever time Microsoft is launching so many things within a certain period, a small period? I can't remember. I can't remember personally.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I mean, in one announcement, they announced four devices.
Yeah, we announced 4 devices. We didn't even talk about Surface Duo. Okay, it's not coming to Singapore. If you want to find out about Duo, you can go online. I really like it. But yeah, like Ernest mentioned, 4 devices. We are going to launch Windows 11. I can't even remember when's the last time we launched Windows 10, honestly.
When was
It's
it?
a long time ago.
I can't remember the exact date. Okay,
The last
anyway,
Windows ever?
Yeah, that's a different joke entirely. We are also launching Office 2021. We are also launching some new Xbox hardware, from the Xbox Elite, new Elite controllers to the Xbox Halo Infinite Limited Edition consoles. We have what else? The Forza 5. Wow, such an exciting period to be with Microsoft and to be someone who loves the Microsoft system and product as well. And you know what? I know I already said this just now, but with that, guys, both of you, thank you so much for joining. Okay, and those of you who are watching, thank you so much as well. Hope you guys learn a bit. And yeah, we always hear don't forget to go ExpertZone. Don't forget to like the pages, and go and do ExpertZone content, of course. And with that, guys, want to continue talking? I feel I want to continue, but I think
No, we want to continue talking, but they probably don't listen to us anymore.
I know, right?
Man.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe, and you'll hear from us very, very soon again. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.